Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
If you're watching this, then there's a good chance that means you love SpongeBob SquarePants. Whether it be a fan for many years or even as a newcomer, you love watching the TV show, you love the movies, you might even enjoy some of the games and got lucky to see the Tony Award-winning Broadway musical. Or maybe you don't, I don't know who the fridge is watching this. But one thing we can all agree on is that SpongeBob is a cultural phenomenon. But even with the series, the movies, and literally everything that has his face on it, there is one rarely discussed thing that played a big role in SpongeBob's popularity, and that is the memes. Yes, next to Shrek and Despicable Me, SpongeBob is one of the king of memes on the internet, where if you ever need a fresh batch of dank memes, then you can pick something out of the hundreds of episodes and there's a good chance that it'll become the next viral sensation. In fact, these memes are so popular, you can literally buy merchandise based on them. Yeah, guess whose idea that was? And with all the memorable and beloved memes over the years, why not take a moment to honor these great moments with Mr. SquarePants? These are the memes whose dankness and nautical nonsense deserve a higher rank than an S tier, and might even stand the test of time to be forever used and known as a timeless meme. Oh, and one more thing. The memes have to originate from either the show or one of the movies. That's the only rule here. I'm ANIMAT, and these are the top 10 best SpongeBob memes. Number 10. Here's a weird question. Are there any of the main SpongeBob crew that people find, well, attractive? I can't think of any, but you know, the kind of people regularly make seductive fan art of them on DeviantArt. On second thought, there probably is, and I don't even want to know. However, there was one instance where a character got a major sexy boost in Season 5, and not only do the people at Bikini Bottom can't get enough of him, but neither can the internet. Yes, this animated hunk that looks like if Squidward morphed into a combination of Frollo and Gaston became what the internet would ultimately consider as the perfect visual representation of beauty. If you ever need anything to upgrade their looks, just slap that face onto it and you'll suddenly find people have that warm, tingly feeling inside that they've never felt before about it. And if his face and hot bod wasn't enough, he can also do a hypnotizing dance that can help make any song add more grace and elegance. And yes, it even works when you put SpongeBob music over it. No matter how you feel about your own looks, always remember to accept who you are and love your own uniqueness. Besides, no one could ever be as beautiful as Squidward did.
I am handsome!
Squidward, you're not handsome. You're a hunk!
Number 9.
Squidward, we don't need television. Not as long as we have our
Imagination.
Idiot Box wasn't just a great episode that only needed SpongeBob and Patrick to play in an empty box, but it is also the home of one of the most recognizable SpongeBob memes to present the power of
imagination.
In fact, now when people think of the word imagination, they visually think of SpongeBob with a rainbow over him. Actually, that visual can mean something else, but that's an entire debate in itself for another time. But what's great about this meme is that it can work in two ways. You can use it as a way to express your
imagination.
Or you can use it in a passive-aggressive manner so that you can whimsically tell someone to shut up. But if there is one thing that these memes helped us on the internet, it's to reconnect us with our
imagination.
Number 8.
It says here, when SpongeBob sees Plaid, he has this uncontrollable urge to cluck like a chicken.
Plaid?
Hey!
As one of the memes that came from the newer episodes, this is also the meme that doesn't have any context from the episode itself. While SpongeBob may be acting like a chicken here, this ain't about being a chicken. This is about making the other person look dumb. Ever had that moment when you're with a dingus and then you had to imitate them to show how stupid they were at the moment and then say, yeah, that's what you sound like? Well, since you're not physically where that person is that said the stupid thing online, the SpongeBob chicken is the perfect image to use to show that imitation phase of the mocking moment. A way to tell that person, what you just said on social media is the dumbest thing I've heard all day. Allow SpongeBob to demonstrate how that comment makes you look like a complete idiot, on top of rewriting what you just said, but with all the caps scrambled up, so that I can also use your own words to present your idiocity. Which reminds me, what makes this meme unique from all the others is that it also comes with its own writing style. I don't think many memes could take credit for that.
You don't have to be nasty about it.
Number 7. Ever had an idea that's so simple, yet you know it's not only effective, but also it can work so easily? I'm sure you had at least once. In fact, Patrick had that moment when that Alaskan bullworm was invading Bikini Bottom.
We should take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else.
Okay, not really what I had in mind, but it's not the plan itself that got everyone's attention. It's the structure of Patrick's plan that's so appealing, if that makes sense. So much so that people decided to lay out their strategies this way. 2 panels that say we should do one thing and then do another to solve our problems in the most straightforward way possible. But you don't have to just show your idea with Patrick. You can also take his pose and see him push something. I mean, we always see him say to push something. Why not actually put his words to good use? How did this get so big? Well, the internet just decided to take this SpongeBob moment and push it as a meme.
That idea may just be crazy enough to get us all killed!
Number 6. For this meme, we gotta go way back. Not only back in time, but also back to the first season of SpongeBob with the episode SB129. The episode alone is noteworthy of spawning several memes, but the Golden Boy came at a split second when Squidward goes to the past and...
What are you simpletons doing?
Did you see that? Did you see when SpongeBob went, "Meh"? Even though he's a caveman here, the entire internet felt a strong connection with the "Meh." A feeling that brings us to our primitive side like SpongeBob, where our instincts kick in and quickly check to see if any danger is nearby. But it doesn't just have to be about sensing danger. This can also be about many small common things. Did you just realize you lost something? Meh. Did something unexpectedly snuck up on you? Meh. Did you hear an unfamiliar sound? Meh. See? It's a reaction so common that it can have many functional uses. Even as a caveman millions of years ago, SpongeBob can still be a meme lord with a simple turn and a simple "meh."
You're supposed to catch these things, not torture yourself with them.
Number 5. Poor Mrs. Puff. I know she's only doing her job and SpongeBob means well to get his driver's license, but she really does have a tough life. So when it's time for her to be put in the spotlight in the meme world, it ended up perfectly summarizing her character throughout the show.
Oh, Neptune, another year with him.
Bloated up, sitting in a broken down mess that was once a boat, and a complete nervous wreck of the thought that this madness with SpongeBob will never end. There is no better way to describe Mrs. Puff. As for that little moment of anxiety, the internet seemed to have felt a strong relatability with her and decided to take that as their image whenever them or someone else is in a moment of worry when they know their future is not looking bright. But you know what's also great about this meme? It highlights something that's rarely talked about in our culture. As SpongeBob fans, rather knowingly or not, we tend to unironically use SpongeBob swears. Yes, I'm sure some of us would rather use the big kid swears to make ourselves look more adult, but admit it, there are times when you can't help and shout out something like tartar sauce, mother of pearl, or even a barnacles or two. And with this meme, you know that in times of stress, we ain't calling out for God. We're calling out for Neptune.
Barnacles. Dirty barnacles.
Number 4. I'm sure all these memes can be quite a lot to take in. So how about we all be like SpongeBob and take a moment to breathe? First off, to answer your question, in the episode Nature Pants, SpongeBob decided to give up his regular life to become a jellyfish. That is why this is one of the very few episodes from a kid's show that fully displays hardcore nudity of its main character. But back onto the meme, despite the lack of square pants, this picture of SpongeBob all pooped out really got viral when people decided to use this to show how they feel when finishing up a mundane task. Rather it be making the bed or socializing for 10 minutes, those are apparently enough for people to confess that it makes them go, ooh, ooh, ooh. But you know what's really interesting about this? If you wait about 8 seconds after that clip,
I got you now, SpongeBob!
like a surprise wrestling moment, here comes Patrick delivering the quintessential evil SpongeBob meme. While Plankton may be the villain of the show, Patrick is the go-to guy when people see a moment that makes them go. Having one popular meme is one thing, but when two of them came from not just the same episode, but happened literally just seconds from each other, it truly stands as a once-in-a-lifetime moment in meme history.
He took off his pants.
Number 3. It seems like it's often a surprise who's going to be the next SpongeBob sensation on the internet. Like, you never know, you know? Sure, you got SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward being the obvious choices of having memorable moments. But considering how massive Bikini Bottom has become over the years, the possibilities are now endless. Take, for instance, Man Ray when he tried to be a good Samaritan.
I am trying to be a good person and return it to you.
Return what to who?
The beauty of this meme is how multifunctional it is. It's like a combination of the mocking SpongeBob and Patrick's push it somewhere else, where it's used to express your idea as clearly and understandable as possible, but also to express your frustration when dealing with stupid people. Sure, it may take a bit more work to craft this meme, as it is usually shown with 8 panels, but it still manages to display the points so exquisitely. And you know what's really nice about this meme? Out of all the SpongeBob characters to be highlighted, it's one of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's enemies trying to be a good guy. Sure, it was all a trick to escape the lair, but you can't help but feel proud of him that such a minor character made it to the big leagues in the meme world. He may not have given Patrick his wallet back, but he did give the internet a very useful meme.
That makes sense to me.
Then take it.
It's not my wallet.
Number 2.
And why are you acting so nervous? And why are you sweating so much? And why do you look so hungry? And...
As a cartoon character, SpongeBob can make a lot of good funny faces. But none can ever be so memorable than his little moment in Just One Bite. I mean, just look at him. This is a face that people dream of having. It's the kind of face that says a lot more than any words can describe. It's exactly how you feel when you figured out a major secret like who your friend has a crush on or that they love something that they've resented many times before. Also, let's be honest, that face is funny. You got all that square body and his entire face is all squished at the top. Like, now you can fit 3 of his face there. It's a face that memes are made for. It looks funny, says everything you need to say, and there are very few things in life that are as rewarding as doing that face to your friend. I don't even have anything else to say. Like I said, the face speaks for itself.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Okay, before we crown the greatest meme that SpongeBob has ever blessed us with, let's have a moment to take a look at an honorable mention. Remember at the start when I said the one rule about the memes is that they gotta come from either the show or the movies? Well, there are a significant few SpongeBob memes that do originate outside of that. Take, for instance, this little web game from the early 2000s called SpongeBob's Karate Contest. See that? Did SpongeBob look familiar? Well, maybe the bowing context was distracting, but how about if I take these 2 poses and put them on a white background? Ah, now you're catching on, right? Yes, this game is what originated SpongeBob telling you, "Boy, Let's be honest, people do a lot of stupid stuff on the internet. Take me, for instance. I'm making a top memes list and it's not even my first. On those situations when you see someone making a bad move, or instead of saying something like, we need to talk, you bring this up to let them know that maybe, just maybe, they shouldn't have done that. In fact, among all the SpongeBob memes, this is one of the most parodied, with so many other characters breathing in and giving out their boy. It may not be eligible for this list, but I knew if I didn't talk about this one, I would have gotten so many breathing ins and boys for a long time. Number 1. What you are about to witness is not just a regular meme. This meme is a legend in its own right. A meme so great, it can no longer be called just a meme, but rather art in itself. This one didn't come from a regular episode, oh no. It had to make its debut on the big screen, because this moment can only be witnessed by a large audience. Generations will look back at this and will know that this is the true symbol of the internet. Fellow viewers, I give you Surprise Patrick! While the reason for his shocked expression remains a mystery, except for the fact that he witnessed a giant sea monster eating the monster that almost ate them in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, this piece of beauty is the kind that can make any artist feel envious that their works will never reach that level. If Leonardo da Vinci was still alive today, he'd look at Patrick and say, man, I wish I was good enough to make something like that. What makes this one the best of the best is that there is no such thing as a bad use for the Surprise Patrick. You could put him in an alarming moment of a movie or a show, you could replace someone's face with him, you could put him in a pretty landscape, you can literally make a surprise out of the Surprise Patrick, and many, many more. No matter what picture you have, you can always improve it with a Surprise Patrick. The list may be all about SpongeBob memes, but the true king of these memes are none other than Patrick Star. So congratulations, Pat! You are the true meme lord!
Will I ever win?